name is Jan. Welcome to my channel. As much as I have been enjoying autumn, I also got my first flu of the season. I've been drinking lots of tea. I've been trying to recover. I've rested a lot. I've been spending time planning my future knitting projects, but I have also been a bit frustrated because I had so many things that I wanted to do, that I needed to do, or I felt like I needed to do, and I wasn't able to do many of those things because I was sick. This past week has been kind of a lesson in acceptance and in patience for me. I've been trying to remember that that's what life is. Not every day is perfect or ideal, even though we have this illusion that they should be. We often forget that our energy levels are not the same every day. We might encounter some obstacles and challenges that we didn't plan. It's just so easy to forget that it's normal. It's a normal part of life that things don't go the way we planned. What I think is really important in these kind of situations is to try to find positive aspects about your circumstances, whatever they are. It's so easy to start dwelling on self-pity and start complaining about how bad you are feeling if you're having challenges like health issues. But the thing is that if you start to focus on the things that are not going so well, it kind of starts a negative cycle. So you start to see everything that's bad around you. But it also works both ways. If you start to focus on things that are going well and that are positive and that are happy, or things that make you happy, it becomes easier with time to see those things. It's sort of like a muscle that you can train. If you just continue practicing seeing things that make you happy, it eventually becomes a lot easier to do that. Of course, it's not always so easy to find the good in things. If you're feeling miserable and you're just feeling really sick and you have 1,000 things that you should be doing. But even then, I think it's wise to just sit with that feeling and try to see why you're feeling that way. And not that there's anything wrong with that feeling. It's very human and I think it happens to all of us. But for example, I asked myself if it's really that bad that I take a few days off from my work. Like, what's the worst thing that could happen? And I realized that it's just in my head. It's just a thought pattern that I somehow have to be productive all the time. I can't allow myself to rest, especially in the working hours. And I've tried to practice this a lot because I used to be this achiever. Nothing was ever enough for me. I always felt that I was a step behind and I needed to do more and more. And I already thought that I had learned that lesson, but it turned out that I still have a long way to go. the truth is that we all deserve rest. It's not only when you're sick and having a cold, it's like in everyday life we should remember to rest. But we live in this society where achieving is valued so highly and working is like, and of course working is important, I'm not saying that, but we forget that we are human beings and human doings, and we should always take the amount of rest that we feel that we need. And it shouldn't be some luxury or like you're pampering yourself when you're resting. It should be your basic human right that there are times when you work hard and then there are other times when you just rest, and that's okay and that's normal and that's the way it should be. I made these ornaments with rowan berries. I think they're really pretty. I don't really know what I'm gonna do with them, but I think they will look very beautiful once they're dried. By the way, did you know that in Finnish mythology and folklore, rowan trees were considered sacred? And in some other European countries too. For example, when you built a house, it was customary to plant a rowan tree in the yard so that it would bring you protection and good luck. In the house where I grew up, there was also a rowan tree planted in the garden, and nobody believed that it had any magic powers, but it was just a customary thing to do, to plant a rowan tree in the garden. I've been trying these chokeberries, or aronia as we say in Finnish. They grow in our garden, and I usually never eat them because I think the taste is not very good, especially if you eat them fresh out of the bush. But trying them, I don't know if it makes it any better. We'll see. Still quite sour, but actually they contain a lot of very healthy ingredients, so I think I'm just gonna try to eat them anyway. And I'm already preparing for the dark season ahead, for winter, because here in Finland winter is long, it's cold, but it's also dark, and it's not the cold that is difficult for me, it's darkness. And from past experience I know that usually around November it starts getting really difficult to live with the darkness, and I hope that this year I can be more gentle on myself, so that when the darkness comes and I start to get frustrated about the tiredness, about the low energy levels that I have, that I remember that we are not machines, that we can take time for our well-being and we don't have to be as productive every day or every season. So what do you think about this? Are you enjoying autumn, or what's your favorite time of the year? Do you find it easy to allow yourself to rest when it's needed? Thanks for watching this video. Take care of yourself. See you in the next one. Bye bye.